Hey, it's Father Matt, and I'm back, which means that we have our very first question, and it's about Christians. Some are Catholic and some aren't. Why is that? What difference does it make? Well, let's find out. It's our first question, and we've already got a big one. I was born and raised Catholic. Lately, I've been struggling with my faith, along with some things the Catholic Church teaches and proclaims. My question is, out of all the denominations out there, why Catholicism? Why Catholicism? It's a huge question, both because it's really important and because there's a lot that goes into it. But when we ask why Catholicism, what we're really asking is, does it matter which church I go to? What difference is there between the Catholic Church and all these other churches? Now, it's been estimated that there are 30 to 40,000 different Christian denominations. That's 30 to 40,000 different types of Christians, different churches that you might walk into. And while each one of these churches is very similar in many ways, there are differences in what they teach, in what they say, and in what they believe. We certainly don't have time to talk about each individual church, so we'll just talk about the one that we're focused on. The Roman Catholic Church. Our Catechism, the Catechism of the Catholic Church, is a book that brings together all our most important teachings. And the Catechism tells us that there are 4 marks or important characteristics of our church. And these are that the church is one, holy, Catholic, and apostolic. These are 4 key points that help us understand what our church is all about. So we'll start with our first mark. Number 1, the Catholic Church is one. That's how it's always been. That's how it's supposed to be. One church united together with one set of teachings, one set of beliefs, one way of worshiping God. And why is that good? Well, because we are strengthened, we are supported by one united God. Number 2, the Catholic Church is holy. And that's because we're called to reflect the holiness of that one God. Through the things that we say and do, through the things that we teach and believe, we're striving toward holiness. Now, we're not perfect, so we're not going to be perfectly holy every moment of every day. But our job is to strive toward that holiness, to try our best to share God's holiness with the whole world. Number 3, the Catholic Church is Catholic. Now, you might be thinking, duh, of course it's Catholic. It's right in the name. But when we say that the church is Catholic, we're talking about Catholic with a little c, which is a word that means universal. And our church is universal because it incorporates men and women, languages and cultures, styles and ideas from everywhere. And not only that, but we're Catholic, we're universal because Jesus Christ is present. No matter what Catholic church you're in, no matter where you are around the world, He is there. And finally, number 4, the Catholic Church is apostolic, which means that it's built on the foundation of the apostles, those closest followers, those closest friends of Jesus who knew Him better than anyone. We have a connection back to them, a connection all the way back to the beginning. We have this deposit of faith, it's called, this collection of teachings and ideas and beliefs that's been carefully passed down from one generation to the next. And we continue to be guided by the successors of the apostles. We call them the bishops today. And we believe that they've been selected by the church, by the Holy Spirit, by God Himself to continue to guide us and to keep us in this apostolic tradition, to make sure that the Catholic Church is apostolic. Those are the 4 marks of our church, 4 important features that really make us who we are. Now, any Christian church that you go into is going to have some of these things. But if you want all 4 great features, if you want it all, you have to go Catholic. Now, of course, there are some other things that make being Catholic unique. We have the communion of saints and Mary and the Pope and the Eucharist, and we can talk about all these things in later videos. But as we begin to try and understand what it means to be Catholic, I think these 4 marks are a great place for us to start. So back to our question. Why Catholicism? Well, because we're a church that's trying to know, love, and serve God. And we can do that because we're one, holy, Catholic, and apostolic. Hopefully this video has been helpful, and maybe it's led you just a little bit closer to knowing and understanding our God and our church. Please keep the questions coming. I'm Father Matt, and I look forward to our next Catholic Chat.